This is the story of a refugee who became one of India's great reformers, a soul that burned bright with love, laughter and legacy. This is the life journey of the unforgettable BN Som, a man who lived to serve, to uplift and to transform. Imagine a 4-year-old boy, Barin. His world, once a beautiful home in Kumirla, Bangladesh, was shattered by the 1947 partition. Fleeing with millions, his family became refugees, cast into a life of stark poverty in Kolkata. Everything was lost, except for the one thing that could not be taken, their indomitable spirit. At just 5 years old, he was already bearing the weight of family responsibility, sent to the market to buy frugal groceries for his displaced family, all the while dreaming of a better tomorrow. Education was his only escape. Unable to afford textbooks, he walked to wisdom, refusing to give up. Every day, Barin trekked miles to the National Library. Each step was a defiance of his circumstances. The early poverty never broke his spirit, it only forged it into steel. Eventually, he graduated with honors from the famous Presidency College in Calcutta University. He burned the midnight oil in preparation for the Indian civil services. Fueled by a fierce desire to uplift his mother and to serve the nation, inspired by the great Swami Vivekananda. His reward for those long years of struggle soon came in the form of his selection into the Indian civil services. Just as he stood at the threshold of his dream, entering the prestigious IAS training academy, fate dealt a cruel blow. His beloved mother passed away. She never witnessed the victory she had birthed and nurtured in her son Barin. In that moment, the pinnacle of his joy was pierced by the deepest sorrow. But Barin never looked back. He entered the Indian civil service with the fire to serve. Not from a desk, but from the heart. Though fate had taken away his beloved mother, a new light now entered his life, in the form of his devoted wife of 57+ years, Kanika. Without Kanika's loving, loyal and all-pervasive support, Barin's life could never have scaled the heights it eventually did. Civil servant, people's servant, India's servant. A traveling sadhu once said to his older sister, "This child has a wonderful future ahead. He will attain greatness." He fulfilled that prophecy tenfold. His administrative reforms were acts of profound empathy, easing the lives of crores of ordinary Indians. He saw systems not as paperwork but as lifelines to improve the quality of lives. As a civil servant, through his work with the EPFO, the UPSC and Postal Department, he secured the futures of countless families, created job opportunities for young officers and ensured transparency at the heart of India's governance. From pension reforms to increased death insurance for private sector employees to postal digitization, he touched millions with his thoughtfulness and administrative acumen. India remembers him not just as a bureaucrat, but as a builder of people-friendly systems. Recognition came from across oceans, yet he always stayed humble. He became the first Asian to be elected chairman of the World Philately Congress. The first elected chairman. What about his retirement? For a man whose purpose was service, the word was meaningless. He simply found new avenues to contribute. As vice chairman, Central Administrative Tribunal, he became a dispenser of fair and speedy justice, clearing long-pending civil servant cases. He continued serving as arbitrator till 83 years on the NSE and MCX exchanges, his sharp mind and integrity as vital as ever. His able wife and loyal companion of 57 years, Kanika, always by his side, like a shadow. One of his most profound contributions came long after he left office as Secretary to the Government of India. No headlines, no awards, just the quiet, deep satisfaction of making a real difference. As a result of his tireless efforts post-retirement, crores of EPFO members started receiving substantially higher death benefits with effect from 2018. He did this pro bono, without being compensated for his vision and work. During his civil service days, BNS was also instrumental in building Anand Lok, a huge residential complex of 304 apartments in New Delhi's Mayur Vihar. Again, he did not claim any compensation for his yeoman contribution to housing at a time when such projects were not common. Post-retirement, he also pioneered cleaning the iconic Rabindra Sarovar Lake in Kolkata, introduced musical fountains, added fish in the lake, stopped open defecation at the lake, stopped garbage throwing on the streets of South Kolkata. Kolkata's guardian angel? You bet. Was he paid for his efforts? Money was never his motivation. His home was always open. His laughter was infectious. His wit was unforgettable. He danced sportingly, joyfully at parties and weddings, and lit up every gathering. Witty, warm, always welcoming. He left this world quietly, but his departure was not an ending. He left behind a treasure of joy, a wellspring of inspiration, and a mark on the soul of a nation that time cannot erase. A life well lived, a legacy eternal. BNS lived not just a life of service, but a life of profound significance. He taught us that true greatness is measured not in accolades, but in the lives you touch and the hope you ignite. To live in the hearts we leave behind is not to die, so we say farewell BNS, farewell Dadu, farewell Baba. Your journey here has concluded, but your spirit endures. We will find you in the quiet call to serve, in the fire to do good. Your story is now carried forward by all who were inspired by you. You were and will forever remain unforgettable. Farewell BNS till we meet again.
আলোর মতন ছিলে তুমি, স্নেহে ছিল আশীর্বাদ গড়ে। শান্তদের গান দেব তার ডাকে, তুমি উড়ে গেলে স্বর্ণের পাখায় মেখে।
কৃষ্ণ দাঁড়িয়ে ছিলেন পাশে, কালীও ছিলেন মায়ার আশায়, যোগানন্দের আশিস বয়ে বাবাজি এলেন নিঃশব্দালো।
লাহিড়ি মহাশয় দেখলেন শান্ত হয়ে, যুক্তেশ্বর আশীর্বাদ দিলেন হৃদয়ে।
প্রভুপাদের নাম ভেসে বেড়ালো, নিত্যানন্দ প্রেম ঢাললেন আলো। বিদায় বাবা, আবার দেখা হবে,
যেখানে শান্তি আর আনন্দ ভাসে। এখন নিঃশব্দ অশ্রু জলে, জানি তুমি চির ঘুমে ভালোই আছো তলে।
বিদায় বাবা, আবার দেখা হবে।
তোমার আত্মা এখন মুক্ত জলে,
আবার দেখা হবে সীমানার ওই পারে,
যেখানে ভালোবাসার আলো চিরকাল